So in this video I will show you how to create one XObject. XObject is a kind of library you can write only once and you can reuse several times in your project. So to make one example now in history, I will take this example. I will build one water station. In this water station I have several water pumps. So if I design one water pump using XObject, I can insert in my application as many water pump as I want. So first we insert in object library here in organizer, we insert one XObject in a new library, and I will call this library water pump. This file extension is .lib, is history object library. So now I have my new XObject1 and I will rename it water pump. In this XObject, I have two tabs. One is property, one is script. In property, I can list several properties like a data set, and for example, I can write maybe pump name, location, water level, and we can have motor. So water pump will be string, location also, water level can be double, and motor can be integer. So also I can set initial value like name, location, water level will be 0, and the motor will be disabled 0. So my water pump XObject is ready. I have my set of data ready. I want to make some kind of simulation. So in my XObject, it's also possible to insert driver or also insert data server. So for example, here I inserted one data server. Inside I will insert one demo tag. The name would be water level, and also I will insert one internal tag. The name is motor. So you can imagine this is a driver and we have a tag inside my driver. Here I need to link these two incoming data tag to my property. So I will select first the motor and I will make a link here, value, and I will choose my water pump and then motor. But I need to be careful because the user also can enable the motor. So here I can choose bidirectional connection. For the water level, here I can link two properties. The first property is about the value. The value here, I can copy the value of my incoming data tag to my property water level. So I choose water pump, then water level. But the direction here need to be reverse, since this is my source and I want to copy it to the property for reading. Also, I can link enable disable of my demo tag. I can link it to water pump motor. The water pump motor can enable and disable my demo tag. So my motor here I can choose as integer and it's 0, and my water level here the value is from 0 to 100. So in my screen here I can insert, I want to make in my project 1 or 2 water pump. So this design of my water pump, this library is just a concept. It's something conceptual. It doesn't exist. It's just a design. If I want to use it, I need to create instance. I need to create object from this design. So I need to go to my server object, and there inside the data object I can insert maybe one more data server, and I can call this data server pump. And here, after I finish to design this XObject water pump, I can click on object library and I can register loaded library. So the system will know there is a new library available, water pump, that I can use in my real world, in my server object. So in the data server pump, I can insert maybe one or two water pump. And these two water pump, they can have different property. For example, water pump 1, I can make the location near the river, and the water pump 2 can have near the sea. Also, I can give different name. This may be pump 001 in my system, and this is pump 002. So I can have different. So if I go on screen and if I want to display, for example, here is for data pump 1, for the pump 1, and this one is for 2. Here I can show link. I can go to my server, pump, water pump 1 name, and here I can show water pump 2 name. And I can also insert one more display in both sides, and this one I can link to the water pump water level, and here water pump 2 and water level. And okay, also I can insert the location. So this one will be water pump 1 location, and here I can also add one more display and link to the water pump 2 location. So we have on the left side we have water pump 1, and on the left side we have water pump 2. So here we have pump 1 0 near the river, pump 2 0, and then here we don't have a location. So let's see why we don't have location. Pump 2 here near the sea. Probably here I need to link again. The link was broken. Limit 2, then location. So I have near the sea, near the river. This is pump 1, this is pump 2. So now the pump they are disabled. If I want, I can show a button here, and I can make a button here. Then if I want, I can, when I click, I can change the value of my pump 1 motor, and I can toggle the value. And I can also do the same thing here. I can choose motor pump 2 motor, and I can also toggle the value here. Also, I can, if I want, I can make a link for the caption. The caption will be also linked to motor pump 1 motor. And I can make a digital connection. This digital connection is stop when it's running and start when it's stopped. And then here I can make the same kind of link. So I can link to the caption. I can link to pump 2 this time, motor, then make a digital connection. Stop when it's running, start when it's stopped. Then here, if I press start, we have the value changing of my demo tag. I can stop. Then here I can have the same kind, and they are different value. So I successfully created one design for one water pump, and then in my project I can insert 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as much as water pump as I want, just by creating objects from my library.